Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Pisces. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Pisces, please. All right, so your person is showing up as the devil, Capricorn energy. Ooh, they're also presenting as the Tower, Aries, Scorpio energy. They're viewing you as the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. And the connection, we see the Lovers, Gemini energy. So we have pulled out 4 major arcanas here, Pisces. This is a big deal. And your person is also showing up as the Ace of Cups. So it does feel like this is someone brand new, someone who's seeing a lot of potential here for love, or somebody who's overflowing with love for you. Now, Capricorn energy with the devil indicates that this person is practical, they're pragmatic, they're wise. This is someone who doesn't stop until they get what they want. The devil here also indicates that this person, I feel they could be low-key obsessed with you, Pisces, because they see you in the Hanged Man energy, right? So like you're hanging around them or you're kind of holding back. You might seem a little bit elusive to this person, but it feels like we've got a really strong soulmate connection here with the Lovers card. I do think this person is going to be very sexy. I also feel like this is the person, they're going to step up and take the lead here. Whether in the relationship or at least getting the ball rolling. Yeah, they're showing up as the Page of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. So someone here who may be checking you out, maybe spying on you. But this is someone that they definitely have their sights set on you, or at least when you first meet, you're going to stop them in their tracks and they're going to stop and like really analyze the situation, really take a look at all the details. But I feel this is somebody who's really, really sure about you from the beginning. So we do see the Queen of Wands in reverse. All right, so that's Aries, Leo, Sag energy. Some of you, this person could have some sort of third party around them, okay, when you meet them. And that might also be why you're hanging back. Or maybe you know this person's ex, or this person might have a history of rushing in and out of relationships. I'm getting like a very sexually charged energy from this person, so there might be something around that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. All right, and we see the Two of Swords. Yeah, so my Pisces, how you're going to be feeling, there is something here, whether it's somebody around them, it could be a friend that you're not sure that you really like, or there could be somebody who's after this person's attention. You might know that this person has slept with someone that you know, or heard something along those lines. So it's like you're kind of holding back, watching and waiting, and this person knows that. And they're probably not happy about that, that you know about either this third party or this gossip around them. Again, I'm not really getting that they're like, that they're a cheater or they're really promiscuous, but I kind of feel like there's some gossip around this person, and it has to do with like another relationship or, being promiscuous or something. It doesn't necessarily mean they are promiscuous, right? But it's like something here that you're like, is this person a player? Is this person, is this somebody that I can trust? Because it feels like maybe you hear or you've heard something along those lines, or maybe just intuitively, just the way that they carry themselves or they conduct themselves, you kind of get this vibe from them. All right. So let's see. But I do feel this is someone who is going to step up and take the lead here, ask you out or tell you how they're feeling. And we see that with the Tower. This person might actually really surprise you. We see Defender. Yeah, this is what might really surprise you. You might have a different idea of who this person is, Pisces, in your head. Because they're coming out as somebody who is very deeply committed, and they're strong, and they can be counted on to have your back. So again, maybe they just haven't really met the right person, and it kind of seems like they've dated a lot, or maybe they did hook up with someone and you heard about that, or about that, but it might have been like a one-off thing. But this person really truly is somebody who's committed and is ride or die here. So I feel like that could be the surprise for you. We get Aquarius energy with a highly developed intellect. This sign is the pioneer of ideas. They're engaging communicators. Okay, so they could be an Aquarius or just have that energy about them, or, they don't have to be an Aquarius sun. They could be an Aquarius, rising, moon, or Venus sign. All right, and we see Pisces, so maybe they're, they're an Aquarius Pisces cusp here. But there is an air of mystery around this watery sign, and though they can be quiet, their thoughts and emotions run deep. So I also feel that's what, you two are going to have that similarities, or those similarities. And we also see Sagittarius coming through. So known as the teacher and the knowledge seeker, this is a bold, fiery sign that's comfortable leading others. But what's interesting is they have this counselor energy about them. So whether that's what they do for a living or not, this person is good at mediating situations and easily guide people through difficult circumstances. So this is somebody who, generates peace and calm and is grounding for a lot of people. With the Tower, Aries, Scorpio energy, I feel like this person, who they truly are, is going to be different than maybe whom you originally think. They might surprise you. I mean, the Page of Swords can indicate that this person is way more obsessed about you, or way more obsessed with you than you realize. So that might be a shock. But I also feel this person is really, truly a force to be reckoned with. And, I stand by that because we have all these major arcanas coming through. So a really important relationship coming your way. Now, this person may be unconventional. Okay, so they do things their own way. Best kept secret. Yeah, so I actually think this person is way more layered and way more multifaceted than maybe you originally give them credit for, or other people give them credit for. It can also be, again, secret admirer vibes, pushing through here. And we see Canadian. So this person could be Canadian, or there's some sort of Canadian connection, and it may be something that you find out in hindsight here. We also see ginger coming through. So again, they could be ginger or have reddish or auburn hair, but this can also be they have a cat named Ginger, or they really like to drink ginger tea, or they like cooking with ginger, or they use home remedies with ginger. All right, so just trust your intuition and take what resonates and leave what doesn't, my lovely Pisces. All right, what else do we need to know about this person? So yeah, they're dependable and they're consistent. I also think this person's very hardworking. Their stability is a high priority for them. All right, they may be a bit guarded. They're cautious, taking their time, maybe due to a past heartbreak. Again, this person may be somebody who was involved with somebody that cheated on them, or, was doing them dirty in the past. This person also may have been single for a while and playing the field, as they figured out, what they wanted, or as they focused on their own healing. All right. And we do see, Pisces, that this person is spiritual. All right. And at the bottom of the deck here, we see they may have their eye color. Their eye color may be brown, light brown, hazel, or dark brown here. Okay, but that's a really specific message. And remember, with these really specific messages, Pisces, they're going to be confirmation for some of you, but they're not going to resonate with all of you. All right, so let's see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know? Okay, this person may dye their hair. Okay, so maybe they sometimes dye it red, or maybe they're naturally red and they go another color. But again, that's a super specific message for just a few of you there. So this person may dye their hair. They might change up their hair color. They might get highlights. They might be covering up grays. Spirit saying there's a 3 to 5 year age difference between you. They can speak more than one language fluently. Again, that's not going to be for all of you, but it will be for some. And communicating their feelings comes easy for them. And I do see that because I feel like, the Devil and the Page of Swords here, this is somebody who is quite honest and quite direct. And I feel like this person is trustworthy. At the bottom of the deck, we see a unique smile. So there's something about this person's smile that's really going to draw you in, my lovely Pisces. Now, they're viewing you as the Hanged Man. So I do think that you are going to, at the beginning of this connection, you are going to be holding back. You're not going to be rushing into things. And there might be something that you hear or you see that makes you uncomfortable. Now, I'm definitely not telling you to ignore any red flags or don't gaslight yourself. Trust your intuition, trust what you know, trust what you see about this person. But at the same time, I do feel like there's an important connection here. And we do see that not everything may be exactly how it seems, or may not be exactly the way other people tell the story. So with the Hanged Man energy, it does feel like, this person is hanging out in your energy, or at least you're hanging out in their energy, which can be, you could be in the same friend circle or friend group. You could be in the same online groups, same class. You could be co-workers. You could live in the same neighborhood. You could see each other, at the places you like to go. But they do see that you hold back. They see you as selfless. They see you as creative. They see you as loving. They see you as intuitive. And the Magician energy in reverse. Yeah, but I'm not reading this as they see you as shady or manipulative. What I'm seeing is that this person might have doubts about whether or not they have enough to offer you. But I'm also seeing that they know that they need to step up and take the lead here, because you're not communicating, you're not taking action. If they want you, they're going to have to pursue you. And I think they're very, very clear about that. Okay. And we see the Page of Cups. Yeah, but they see something really sweet here. They see the beginning of intimacy. There's something very alluring about you. There's something very, I want to say fantastic, but I mean, I don't know if they've been fantasizing about you, Pisces. But they see you as magical. That's the energy I'm getting. There's this air of whimsy or magic about you. Okay. And the Page of Cups, they really do. They see you as a sweet energy. And again, you might be a bit more on the shy or timid side. And even if you're not, again, I think this person realizes that if they want something to happen here, they're going to have to come towards you. So we see the Justice card. How are you going to be feeling? I feel like my Pisces is, out there, you're going to be feeling quite balanced, but Libran energy is actually, not that all Libras are unemotional by any means, but it's you're really keeping your cool. You're really, weighing up your options. You're not going to give too much. You're going to make this person work for it. But with the Justice card here, a lot of you may see or sense that, there could be a relationship here the more you get to know this person. Okay, but I think you're really holding it together. You're staying balanced. You're definitely not giving this person much is what I'm getting, but not because you're being stingy with your feelings or your emotions, but I think that's the way you're really sussing this person out in the beginning. Because again, there might be something around them or someone around them or something that you've heard that does make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. But I'd be careful, because it feels more like it's gossip. It feels like with the Tower moment, this person is way more compatible than you realize at first, or, that they're going to shock you with whom they really are versus maybe what someone is saying about them. See, I like that energy of that magical whimsy energy I was picking up on, because they see you that way, the child divine. They see innocence, purity, and redemption, and suggest a special connection with the divine here. So beautiful confirmation. And we see athlete. So some of you might know this person from the gym, or they just admire your physical body and your strength. So Pisces, they see you as dedicated to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, and development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. All right. And we see mediator energy. So with this mediator energy, Pisces, they see you as having a gift for negotiating fairness in strategy in personal and professional life, and respect for both sides of an argument. And what's interesting is they're showing up in a very similar energy. So you and them mirror each other in a lot of ways, because they're also good at mediating situations, easily guiding people through difficult circumstances, negotiation, and, a gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in their personal and professional life. So I don't know if you two are in the same field, same professional field, and you kind of get each other connect because of that. But they just see that you and them are, birds of a feather. You and them are very similar. So with the Lovers card, I think this is also going to be quite a sexually charged connection. Gemini energies. You and this person may come from different backgrounds. That can be race, religion, tradition, or just economic backgrounds, socioeconomic backgrounds. But I do think that there's going to be passion. And although there's some similarities between the two of you, I also feel like your differences are really what also bring you two together, where you fill in each other's gaps. All right, so Spirit wants you to know that this connection brings clarity about your emotional landscape. So I feel like this is going to be opening you up to deeper emotions, or your emotional bandwidth here. You're going to deepen self-awareness within this connection, and most likely because they are going to mirror things back to you. Now, again, not that you two are going to be psychoanalyzing each other, but I do think that there's going to be this space for you two to bounce ideas off of each other and then mirror back to each other, different emotions, deeper emotions. We see facing vulnerability here. So this connection invites emotional openness, and courage is required to stay present. Yeah, like this is a connection that, there may be moments where my Pisces might want to swim off in a different direction, but I also think there's something here that's worth fighting for. And I also think that this person we see, I was getting that with the Devil and the Page of Swords, that this person may be somebody who's brutally honest. I'm not saying that they lack couth or anything like that, but I do think that they are very emotionally honest, and it's going to push you to be just as emotionally honest as they are, and it may require some courage at times. All right, and I think that's a good thing. And then we see this connection arrives to interrupt repeating patterns that have kept you stuck. Awareness becomes the first step toward change. Okay, so there's definitely a distinct purpose for you and this person coming together, and it may result in a major paradigm shift, but we see that this connection comes to interrupt repeating patterns that may have kept you stuck, and that's why we're getting all these major arcanas coming through. At the bottom of the deck here, we see reciprocity matters. So this connection thrives when giving and receiving are balanced. Mutual effort becomes part of the alignment. Yeah, I love that. And I definitely see that here within this connection for you, Pisces. All right, so let's go ahead and see if there's anything else you need to know about this person or this connection. Is there anything else my Pisces need to know about this person or this connection, please? All right, natural evolution. Okay, so let the situation unfold naturally. You don't have to rush or force this. I don't think they're going to rush or, coerce you in any way. All right, we see holiday. So enjoy a change of scenery to spice up your love life. Now, some of you, you could live in a, warm tropical climate. Maybe that you're from a warm tropical climate, or they are. Some of you could meet this person while traveling. But for a lot of you, I feel like just this connection itself is what Spirit's referring to as that change of scenery. Okay, and we see open your heart. So Spirit saying love is the highest energy of all. Let it in. Open your heart to this connection, Pisces. Yeah, we see the Ace of Cups. All right, and at the bottom of the deck, yeah, we get benefit of the doubt. I'm not surprised. Give your relationship a chance, or give this person a chance, because I do feel in the beginning, some of my Pisces, you might not be feeling it, or you might not, you just are going to be a little bit hesitant. All right, so any other important dates or times? So we see next month. I'm doing this reading in the middle of February, so it could be happening in March. Some of you I'm connecting with March, or some of you out there that I'm connecting with are March Pisces. Okay, allow the process. So it's coming through twice here. Allow it to unfold naturally. Allow the process. And we also see the month of October either being a birthday for one of you, or October being an important month for this connection. All right, my lovely Pisces, I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care.